The detention center of Outpost Kelvar 7 reeked of disinfectant and desperation. Commander Thraxel stood before the holding cell, his four eyes studying the creature inside with undisguised contempt. The human sat slumped on the metal bench, appearing half-dead from exhaustion. "This is what the galaxy fears?" Officer Quinn chittered, her mandibles clicking in amusement. "Look at it. No exoskeleton, no natural weapons, not even proper claws. Just soft pink flesh." The human, a female named Sarah Chen according to the manifest, didn't respond. Her clothes were torn, caked with dust from the mining colony raid where she'd been captured. Blood seeped through a makeshift bandage on her arm. Thraxel had been a security officer for 30 cycles, serving the Galactic Concordat across 7 systems. He'd handled criminals from 200 species. This was his first human, and he was singularly unimpressed. "The bounty's only 3,000 credits," he said, checking his datapad. "Wanted for unlawful presence in restricted space. Hardly worth the fuel we spent retrieving her. Should we process her for the labor camps?" Quinn asked. "She looks weak, but even humans can operate basic machinery. Run a bioscan first. Standard protocol." Quinn retrieved the scanner, a handheld device used throughout Concordat space to assess threat levels and biological compatibility. She aimed it at the cell, expecting the usual green classification that marked a subject as harmless. The scanner's display flickered, then it flashed crimson. A piercing alarm shrieked through the detention center. Emergency lights bathed the corridor in red. The automated defense systems hummed to life, weapon turrets emerging from hidden panels in the ceiling. "What the—" Thraxel grabbed the scanner from Quinn's trembling claws. The screen displayed a message he'd never seen in his entire career. "Earth native detected Deathworlder classification. Apex threat level, maximum do not engage, recommend immediate evacuation." "That's impossible," Thraxel muttered. "The scanner must be malfunctioning." "Look at her." Sarah Chen hadn't moved. She sat exactly as before, hunched and defeated. Yet now, Thraxel noticed details he'd dismissed earlier. The way her eyes tracked their movements with predatory precision, the controlled rhythm of her breathing despite obvious injuries, the coiled tension in muscles that appeared deceptively slight. "Commander." Quinn's voice was barely a whisper. "The database. It's pulling up files on humans. You need to see this." Thraxel accessed the Concordat's military archives, entering his security clearance. What appeared on his screen made his blood freeze. Humanity. Originated from Earth. Sol 3. A Class 12 death world. Gravity 1.3 kicks Concordat standard. Atmosphere highly oxygenated. Native predators include ambush hunters, pack hunters, and megafauna. Humans evolved as persistence predators and occupy apex position in their planetary ecosystem. Notable characteristics: exceptional endurance, rapid healing, high pain tolerance, advanced problem-solving under stress, capable of entering adrenaline state, a combat mode that increases strength and aggression at cost of rational thought. Can survive injuries fatal to 87% of known species. Military assessment. Humanity discovered space travel independently despite primitive technology. First contact resulted in the Kelvar incident. See attached files. 3 human soldiers defended a crashed vessel against 47 Kelvar warriors for 6 planetary rotations without food, water, or medical supplies. 39 Kelvar casualties. All 3 humans survived. Concordat treaty status, non-aggression pact established. Human space designated as restricted zone. Any human captured outside their territory must be released immediately with full diplomatic honors. Failure to comply may result in the lights cut out. Emergency generators kicked in after 3 seconds of absolute darkness. When vision returned, the cell was empty. "Impossible," Thraxel roared. "Those bars are reinforced titanium carbide. Nothing short of a plasma cutter." "Commander!" Quinn pointed with a shaking claw. The cell's locking mechanism lay on the floor, its electronic components exposed. Someone had manually bypassed the security system using nothing but a small piece of metal, probably a nail Sarah had concealed in her clothing. "She's loose in the facility," Thraxel said, his voice hollow. "Seal all exits. Deploy the security drones. Find her before—" The lights cut out again. This time they stayed dark for 7 seconds. When they returned, Officer Quinn was gone. Thraxel spun, his weapon drawn. "Quinn, report!" A thud echoed from the ventilation shaft above, then another from the corridor to his left. Then one behind him. She was hunting them. The commander's training warred with primal terror. This was his station, his territory. He had dozens of armed officers, automated defenses, military-grade weapons. The human was unarmed, injured, alone, yet every instinct screamed at him to run. His communicator crackled. "Commander, this is Officer Kelvin in the armory. We've found Quinn. She's unconscious but alive." "The human!" She left a message. What message? Words scratched into the wall next to Quinn's body. It says, "I just want to leave. Don't make me hurt anyone else." Thraxel stood frozen in the crimson-lit corridor, his weapon suddenly feeling like a child's toy. He thought about the Kelvar incident, about 3 humans holding off an army. He thought about Earth, a nightmare planet where everything, from the gravity to the predators to the diseases, was designed to kill. And humans hadn't just survived there. They'd thrived. They'd become the apex. His communicator chirped again. "Commander, external sensors show an escape pod launching." "The human!" "She's gone." Thraxel released a breath he hadn't known he was holding. Slowly, deliberately, he holstered his weapon and accessed the concorded emergency channels. "This is Commander Thraxel of Outpost Kelvar 7, he said quietly, reporting a Protocol 7 incident. 1 human detained and subsequently released. Requesting immediate diplomatic contact with Earth authorities. Send apologies, send reparations, and for the love of all that's sacred." He looked at the empty cell, at the effortlessly bypassed security systems, at the warning still flashing on his scanner. "Send confirmation that we're very, very sorry." In the escape pod, Sarah Chen tended to her wounds with supplies she'd borrowed from the medical bay. She'd tried to tell them she was just a surveyor whose ship had malfunctioned. She'd tried to explain it was an honest mistake. They hadn't listened, so she'd reminded them why humanity's corner of space was marked with warnings, not because humans were cruel or violent by nature, but because when pushed, when threatened, when left with no other choice, humans remembered they came from a world that tried to kill them every single day, and they'd survived anyway.